Hey Doomers, April 11th. How's it going? I'm just gonna vlog, talk about a few manner of business. Yeah, I'm with you, Doomers. I'm with you. Okay? The Earth, we have made a literal shithole. We turned it into a shithole. Concrete, strip malls. I mean, George Carlin said it. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And you can escape the beauty, but you still might hear cars or, music off in the distance. I remember last time we went to any public park place, you can pretty much anticipate there to be garbage and just rowdy, obnoxious people. And who am I? Who am I to think that I could pull someone away from the constraints, I'm going to change topics here, of being a brainwashed zombie normie? Like, they're so deluded and disconnected. And I know some of you guys have family and friends that are not privy to climate information, and so you have to juggle this duality between your personal life and them. And that's what you have to do anyways in this system, is you have to sort of put on different faces and different sides of your show. We've talked about that on this channel. I purposely brought that up to show that we are managing multiple selves with ourselves and each other. Hopefully for the better. A comfortable, enjoyable experience for all. So, like one example, I always do this in the middle of my chats. I bring up an example of a normie that I talked to recently, like at Hobby Lobby, a Karen I ran into, just buying a few things. Why was I there? It's the only place that had what I was looking for, okay? And the most annoying thing is when someone says, "How you doing?" and I decide to be courageous and tell them in that moment, look, all this is like bullshit's in the air. It doesn't matter. It's not going to affect the outcome. I'm not obsessed about outcomes. That's what OCD is about, is obsessed with the outcomes. And that's not my goal. This is our last stable decade on Earth. Okay. So back to Karen at Hobby Lobby. The most annoying thing is when they throw it back in your face. For instance, the exchange will go something like this. "How's it going?" It's really a narcissistic thing. "How's it going?" I don't respond. I just say, "Hi, how's it going?" Back. Sometimes we do that in our culture. And then she asks me again. And when someone asks me how I'm doing twice, I usually insist that they want to know something about me or interrogate. They want to interact with my universal presence. Okay? Let's say. And I said, "Not good." "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that." "I'm sorry to hear it too," I reply. She says, "Oh, is that not good, huh?" "Yeah, do you have children?" "Yes, oh, yes. I fear for their future, honestly." "Oh, is that bad?" So then I proceed to tell her what NOAA is. I show her the chart, and I tell her specifically, this is about maybe in her 40s or 50s. Why do I bother? It was this one interaction exchange. She was like playing me like I was dumb, without knowing it, just so inwardly absorbed in her mind. Not in a way that you usually think, like wearing clothes and showy and what you think of a ego narcissist, entrepreneurs with cars type guy. No, this is just a Karen who's so in her own head she can't even accept reality. And I show her the data of the global average temperature, and I tell her point blank, now you could say you didn't see this. There was a man in the 2020s that showed you this. So when things go awry and awfully bad in the next 10 to 20 years, you can't say that you didn't see that. And I told her, don't look up, it's about this movie, it's about this, and she wrote it down on her post-it note. Like, she was really trying to interact with me, but I was really just laying the salt on her, like, no, it's not good, don't play this fucking act with me, this joke, Why do I even bother? It's like I occupy a world of neuroses being a doomer. No, it's not about that. My conscience is clear, I said that like 4 times on this channel, and like, when can I get enough, I'm bearing witness. I'm taking responsibility and bearing witness to the horrific damage we're doing to this planet, to the facts that we aren't reducing emissions, we aren't carbon sequestering, we aren't building green technology. It's all a lie. We're going to have it's going to be a hellscape. Next decade will be a complete hellscape. Okay? And not just from climate, but biodiversity loss, all the metrics. Okay? War, nuclear proliferation, already a nuclear conflict, and we could talk about that just for a second. China admitted it's ready to fight. Ukraine is already fighting. Okay? All the pawns are set up. Gosh, I feel so alienated from people with children. Like, I purposefully, I used to, scream at the top of my lungs. I used to live in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Some of you have been following me for like a year. College town, lots of young people. I was yelling a lot more at them, doing protests and such, activism, I guess you could say. But now I'm just like, get away from me. If you're a parent, or if I hear them bragging about kids around me, I'm just like, I need to turn and need to get out of the space as quickly as possible, because this isn't healthy for them or me. Yeah, what could I have been? I could have been a surgeon or doctor and be hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, working 70, 80 hours a week. No, you guys appreciate this, right? I'm putting all my time, skill, and energy into informing the truth. When people tell me that I made even the slightest difference in their life, knowing that they're not alone, this is group therapy for those that know the end is coming. Collapse is already built in. Okay, we're 420 parts per million of CO2. That is built in. And they feel a little bit of relief that they're not alone, that they can manage their day-to-day experiences, that they're, trying to take care of their health, at least to that extent. Because I too suffer with these self-help books that are like, oh, do all this so you can have a hope and vision for the future. That part I just have to scratch out. I mean, it sounds dramatic, but like, for real. I'm reading a book on how to control your brain, your thoughts. I'm all about that on this channel. Gaining, that's the goal in life. If you have control, if you can flow and adapt to situations, you can live a hell of a life. Quite a story to tell. And get your act in order, but just know that there is no hope for the future. There is no vision for the future. Nobody's in charge of this ship. And you can go really in-depth with Nate Hudgens and scientific with Paul over here and, government statistics with Peter Carter and climate emergency. Everybody's got their own, niche within the market, but I'm just here to tell you as a straightforward, honest man who's doing his best to be responsible. I didn't have children, okay? I am not causing someone else to suffer what they will feel in the next 10 years. You couldn't bear that. And most people can't. I just posted a Frank Herbert quote, or whatever, Dune. People they have to go with complacent. They don't really pay attention. They just complacent, go with the flow. Is it insane? This whole system's insane. I'm not insane. I'm the one remaining sane in a system that is inherently evil and insane. And has such a grip on people, like Karen at Hobby Lobby, like some of your family members or close friends. It has such a grip on people. Like, imagine tentacles, wrapped around the people with culture, ideology, family expectations. They're just, you tell them about climate, it's like you're talking to another planet in low res, dial-up modem quality, showing them this. They can't, they're so enveloped by this dystopia, by their cultures, by their upbringing, all this stuff. So it's coming more out in the open, getting to the public, and I'm already ahead of the curve along with my subscribers. We're not reducing emissions. We're not carbon capturing. We're not going green. We're not building enough batteries. We're not doing solar panels. We are a heat engine civilization. All these things take energy to build. We're not even doing it in time. We're not getting the cars off the road. We're not changing we have to change our entire system. Food, water, electricity, energy, everything. And I look around here and the telephone poles, the electrical poles, I'm sure in your area, are already battered from climate events, are toppled this way and that. Record high sea surface temperature. El Nino is already going to be spiking probably 3 degrees Celsius. Yeah. We'll get completely kicked in the ass by humanity. Food failure, failure of crops, water supply short. The whole fucking thing. Uncomfortable and awful. By 2026, for sure, I agree with that prediction. And then it's just, if you manage to hang on, it's going to be just an awful place, 2030, you know? How can I blame people being so enveloped? I get it. What someone asked, Ryan asked, what is the combination of factors that make us, just to name a few: intelligence, openness to experience. You have to be open to this information. If you're very low in openness, which a lot of conservative people are, you're not willing to branch outside your boundary, what you're comfortable with, and absorb this information for what it is. This is our best scientific evidence available. And speaking of which, I have an excerpt, a book to read. I have a book reading coming up next. Combination of intelligence, openness, cultural experiences, personal experiences that shape and mold your mind. We think our mind is static and we're always the way we are, but evidence has shown us that the mind is constantly malleable and plastic at no matter what age. May not be as malleable as younger, but the experiences you have with other people and your interactions, this has been proven, shape you at no matter what age. And so we do change in proximity to the people and things around us. Okay? That's known. We've talked, that's the big push of the climate movement. But what they get wrong, clearly, is that it's technically unfeasible. Okay? If you just do some digging, it's this blind ignorance people just do. Blind belief. Now we have blind faith. Blind belief. We've always had it, but we have about the wrong things when it's most detrimental. No, we can't talk to our neighbor and redesign this entire energy infrastructure in the next 5 years, even 10 years. We couldn't do it. Elon Musk, his new calculator, it's like 14 trillion or something. 14 trillion to change the world. And don't even believe Elon, but that's a low ball. I did it. I told Karen at Hobby Lobby that we're fucked. And all life on Earth is fucked. And so my 30-second message, my 1-minute message to humanity is we are in system overdrive, overshoot of all our life-sustaining systems. From food, water, biodiversity, energy. We are over-consuming, overtaxing the planet. And it's shaking us off like a flea. We knew about it for over 100 years, what we were doing. We still kept breeding 200,000 or so babies a day in this century. We did nothing. We did nothing to confront the crisis, and now we all have to pay the price of losing everything we've ever known and had by next decade. That's conservative. And I'm not going to say it's going to be fun or sad or happy. It's just the experience that we're forced into, and the best you can do is not have hope or vision for the future, because there is none. It's out of our control. Completely out of control. You, me, everybody's control. And enjoy your health in the present day. Enjoy those around you. Make love, not war. The war's coming. That's built in. China's ready to fight. Ukraine, Russia, already fighting. Iran, North Korea, all of them sending nuclear submarines all over the planet. We're all locked and loaded. Okay? So the time is nigh. Take stock and inventory of who you are and what benefit you can bring to other people in the interim, and just try to incorporate joy in your life. Cultivate your own harmony. You've been given a death sentence. At some point in the next 20 years, your life is over. For sure. You can't say you haven't been told. We were issued a code red for humanity. You can look at the charts, look at the science. It's self-evident. And not even the billionaires are going to keep this propagating. They won't survive. And we're not going to Mars in time. All right? Hopeful message, Karen said. Thanks for giving me... She said thanks for making my day. Or, oh, that really made my day. No, or thanks for giving me hope. That wasn't... She was being sarcastic. That wasn't intended to give you hope, Karen. I'm telling you, a train is coming. And you should live for today. Apparently you are. So who am I? Just some doomer in Ohio talking about the end of the human species and all life on Earth. My soul is free. I'm free. My conscience is clear. I said it. I told it. I yelled at the top of my lungs. No one listened. No one paid attention. Because the tentacles had them too wrapped up in their culture and systems and mechanisms. We couldn't even grow our own food if we tried. Alright, keep the Amazon freight flowing. Keep ordering. Hope you find some comfortable shoot. Just keep living the insane capitalistic life. Complete insanity. I appreciate you. We're not alone. I'll talk to you later. See you.